Lex Luger, who's a former WCW World Heavyweight Champion in WCW, he went from World Champion to being in a wheelchair. How did he go from that to on his way and is pretty much walking again? Let's find out more when we come at Toxic Reign Scandal, aka KDH. Hey guys, Turnbuckle King here. We'll talk about why Diamond Dallas Page is pro wrestling's angel. We are talking about Lex Luger fall from grace to rise again. Get the likes as we come into the locker room. We gonna air some dirty laundry and a little bit of clean one too. But we're talking about Lex Luger, who, if you guys do not know who Lex Luger is, he is a retired pro wrestler. He is a guy that wrestled in the 80s, and he wrestled in the 90s, and a little bit in the early 2000s. But let's look over a list of accolades that he did accomplish in his pro wrestling career. Now, Lex Luger, he is a former WCW television champion, world champion, tag team champion. He's also one of the best United States champion of NWA and WCW of all time. He's known for the United States title run. And if you guys don't know, also, he is a former Royal Rumble winner that he won in 1994, co-winner with Bret the Hitman Hart. But let's talk about Lex Luger. Now, Lex Luger, we know he has some good moments in his career. You know, he won a WCW title by doing a torture rack on Hulk Hogan. And like I said, he's won the only Royal Rumble in history where we had co-winners back in 1994. And they went on to WrestleMania that year. And he also was a very prominent United States champion. He held the NWA version. But we're going to talk about Lex Luger, how he did go from that. He had a freak accident, I think in 06, 07. And he ended up being paralyzed. This is why he was doing a convention. I think he was in San Francisco, as he stated in the videos. But he said this happened. It's been going on for a while, and he's on his way to recovery, full recovery. It's a miracle because normally when you hear people like this that are paralyzed, especially from the neck down, they normally don't have a very, very little to no chance to walk again. And Lex Luger has stated that he is the 1%er, as stated when he was getting rehabbing and getting himself back together. Now, recently, and on and off for years, he's been friends with Diamond Dallas Page. We know that he does DDP Yoga. He's known him for years. But more recently, he has been working with him off and on back in the mid-2000s. But more recently, he has been working with Diamond Dallas Page to start walking again. And what a miracle it has been. But he's going to go over the story with Chris Van Fleet in a recent interview that he did. He's going to talk more about his whole story. Let's check it out here.
So where are you at now?
Life-changing. We've made a lot of progress.
Yeah. Where did this journey with Diamond Dallas Page begin?
Well, we've been obviously friends for years.
Sure.
Through wrestling, but the latest journey started when I had taken a lot of falls, and I always wanted to get the most out of what I felt the good Lord gave me as far as recovery from my injury and function. I'm what Shepherd Center called like a 1%er, which is their world-class spinal cord rehab center. I spent 2 years there back in 08, 09 after my spinal cord injury, and I'm such a high functioning, they call me a high functioning quadriplegic. I had a cervical injury, which makes me a quadriplegic. Paraplegic's waist down, quadriplegic's neck down. So all I was supposed to be able to do is move my head and shoulders, need 24-hour care the rest of my life, bathed, fed, clothed, round-the-clock care. And, you know, I live independently, and I was able to walk, you know, out of Shepherd initially.
Wow.
And but I was pushing the envelope on my ability and mobility and balance. I started taking a lot of falls. This increased mobility again, I think, is very exciting.
Your story is so interesting because it wasn't a car crash. It wasn't an accident. It was a freak accident, right? And for people who don't know, walk us through exactly what happened.
I'm headed to San Francisco for an appearance. I had to get in that one last heavy workout and shower and run to the airport for overnight, like a red-eye flight from Atlanta into Frisco, left at like midnight or something. So I got a heavy shoulder, trap, and neck workout, which they say may have been a factor, might not. So that was my last heavy workout ever. And I was on the airplane sitting, I was talking to somebody next to me and had my head turned right after that workout. And when I turned my head back, this is just my theory, the neurologists aren't sure this had anything to do with it, but I kind of feel like it did. And they think it might have. I turned my head back to the front and had this burning, stabbing pain between my shoulder blades. But, football, wrestling, we get aches and pains, little pinched nerves all the time. So I was like, oh boy, I go, man, that didn't feel good. That didn't feel right. I got to the hotel, I checked in, and I woke up. I'm not sure what time it was. It was just pre-dawn, and I had the worst burning, stabbing pain in my lower neck, shoulder blade area. Unbelievable. And it was so bad, I'm a side sleeper. I was on my side towards the nightstand, and I was trying to get to a phone. And so I figured maybe I'd get to the phone like a seal, hit it with my nose. I didn't know what, I was in so much pain. I fell off the bed down to the floor. And when I was on the bed, I actually felt like I was in a metal, those old metal diver suits you see in the metal helmet?
Yes.
From back in the mid 1900s?
Yeah.
I felt like I was in one of those suits and there was magnets pulling me from underneath almost through the mattress. I didn't know what being paralyzed felt like. And so I could move my head and shoulders, but that threw me off the bed. Now I was up against the nightstand with my chin down to my chest, and I didn't know this either. When you have a cervical high spinal cord, it affects your breathing, which didn't help my breathing. My breathing was already compromised, so I thought I was going to suffocate.
So Lex Luger, he talks about how he's been working with Diamond Dallas Page, how Diamond Dallas Page gives him the encouragement to keep going. I know Lex Luger feels at times that he can't do it, but Lex Luger luckily has Diamond Dallas Page, who I consider is one of angel from heaven that's getting this man to walk. That he'd even think that was possible himself, and I'm talking about Lex Luger. But he did also state that when he did have his fall, that he thought he was going to suffocate. He thought he couldn't breathe anymore. And he pretty much thought he was, done at that point. But Diamond Dallas Page at that incident was also there for that too. He was there for when that happened. And it's just a full circle that he went to Shepherd. He said he met with a pastor there. He helped him work himself better. He has become a born-again Christian. He's turned his life around for the better. Now, I know Lex Luger, he had a wild lifestyle back in the day. While he was, wrestling and being very, very, very bulked up dude, he did have the partying, and everything else and whole crazy lifestyle. And it led to, a lot of distant relationships with his children. I know he was married, he got divorced, and, and a whole bunch of others. And of course, the whole thing with Miss Elizabeth, he was the last man she was with before her untimely passing back in 2003. But that's another story for another day. But meanwhile, Lex Luger is trying to get himself back together. He's steady trying to do that. Now, soon we're going to see clips from DDP, Diamond Dallas Page channel, which is titled DDP Yoga. He shows how, Lex Luger is getting himself back on track. And he shows how they're working together to get this man back in full-fledged. Let's check out more here.
But sometimes I can try to hang on to the rack precariously.
So you got to pull the chair out and then...
I've taken a few bumps doing that. Some not so good ones. About a year and a half, I was starting to be able to walk on my own. which was never the prognosis.
Right.
I mean, my initial prognosis was head and shoulders only. I could move. That was it. It's a high-risk maneuver, Steve, when I do it solo.
Yeah, I can't imagine, bro.
Okay, let's just probably tilt back and.
Well, lean back towards you, right?
Yeah, let me. I can push my legs a little bit.
All right.
Just kind of bump it up.
Yep. Boom. Got it.
Push my legs along.
All right.
Oh, this is moving. That's not ADA compliant right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, that was easier than I expected.
There we go. Yeah.
That's the first hurdle, bro. Okay. Wherever you can do, we're gonna do, and I'll see what your limitation. I know there's limitations with your arms or whatever. Reach out and grab the ball. Yeah, and just work the hands a little bit here. All right, it's just putting your arms like this is something, right?
That is.
Okay.
Get that circulation going.
So now I just want you to try to, like, where can your arms go? Where can they go? Can they go higher? Can you just hammer up? Now,
I have to start.
Can you do? There you go. Take it back. That's good though. Here. Now.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan, you're just strong enough just to push you right up.
You ready?
Yeah, you got me right.
Yes, sir.
Watch this. Here, little wheelie. Yeah.
Teamwork.
It works.
Now, did you have that, or did you guys get that special for me?
I ordered it. I ordered it.
Amazon. I got one of those in my house. I come in the garage on it.
Those are great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I knew you
I almost fell out of the chair on the way out.
I know. That's why I didn't want to take a chance.
Whoa.
I saw that, like, oh no, baby. I'm ordering one right now.
I would have been a head face first bump.
Are you a wrestler?
I am. I'm becoming one.
You look like a wrestler.
Not yet.
I'm working up. I'm working up. I'm speaking it into
He just
existence.
started.
The data plan is for us to get our day 2 workout, see how Lex felt after doing the app. When you start to get headlight, you tell me, okay?
I think I'm good.
All right, no, but let's for the fuck of it, okay? Look at, when you go down, try to do your momentum and kick yourself out using your legs and not as much on the hands,
Okay.
all right?
We all know deep. Oh, yo, bro, you can move your head, your shoulders. That's good. You're moving something. And looking back now, how my relationships evolved with DDP is amazing. He was one of the guys that would come there, and you guys ended up working with me, and you taught me how to do DDP while in bed, and I've done that every morning since I had the ability to even do that from a bed.
Okay, I can't do these.
We can do a little bit, but I'm not supposed to bring my legs in and cross me like this very much.
Yeah, talk about now, and here we are full circle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've made 2 big runs of trying to walk and stand and fell too much because my all-in personality still there.
It's just a test. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Where you're at right now. You can still use it on the way
Slow
down.
down.
You still use it on the way down, but on the way up. That's okay. Bro, but see, now we know where you are.
Yeah, I love D, like what D said. I call Dallas D. D said, 3rd time's the charm, bro. 3rd time's the charm.
Good. See, you're using less and less.
Hey, that was Lex Luger on Diamond Dallas Page YouTube channel, DDP Yoga. As you can see, he has been working with DDP recently, that's true, but he also been working with him throughout the years. We saw, archives from 2009, 2006. It's been a lot going on. 2008, I'm sorry. It's been a lot of times he's been working with DDP. He's always kept close to him over the years, and now it's coming to the point now DDP has helped Lex Luger so well, he's walking now. He can at least stand up. So I think that is amazing. I know also Lex Luger has stated that he would like to be into the WWE Hall of Fame. I know a lot of fans, been a lot of talks about Lex Luger should go to the Hall of Fame. He's not in there. Hopefully he gets in there maybe this year or next year. Now, it could be, or maybe I'm predicting a guess. I'm thinking maybe he's worked so closely with Diamond Dallas Page so he could be able to walk and talk, maybe, hopefully, if he does get inducted to the Hall of Fame. Maybe that's a possibility. He's doing this for the Hall of Fame this year. Like I said, if not 2025, 2026. Hopefully that happens before, if, God forbid, something happens, he's no longer here with us. You know, we already went through that with Sid Vicious or Sid Justice. You know, he wants to get to the Hall of Fame. Then poof, he ended up passing away a few weeks later after that. Hopefully we don't have the same fate with Lex Luger. He gets in there soon. But other than that, I like the progress he's going. I like the positivity out of Lex Luger. And also, I like the fact that he's taking a full accountability of his past mistakes that he made in his life. And I know DDP, I know it's not easy doing what he does, but he does, and he does it well. And I'm glad he's working with Lex Luger. You know, you would think a guy like that who was muscular, kept himself in shape, would be the last person to end up being paralyzed at one point in his life. But that proves that it can happen to anyone, even the biggest, even the strong. So once again, I got to give credit to Diamond Dallas Page for doing that. And not only has he helped Lex Luger in his process, he's also helped other people like Jake the Snake Roberts. He's worked with him. I know he's also worked with, I believe, a few other people. I know he's worked with people that did, you know, that's in shape. He worked with Britt Baker. You know, he's worked with a lot of people. You know, it's so many clients he has. It's great that DDP is able to do that. But there's a lot of success stories behind it. I mean, even non-wrestlers he's worked with too. He's worked with a lot of good people. He has a lot of clients. His program proves that it works. So I'm glad that DDP's able to do that and help wrestlers all around the world and people all around the world as well. Because people love DDP Yoga. They love what he's doing. They love the work that he's done. He's done that for quite some time. I know people that also worked with him is Kane. I know he's worked with him, Jericho, Scott Hall before he passed, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you name it. But that's all I have for why Diamond Dallas Page is Pro Wrestling's Angel. You guys let me know what you think of Lex Luger's recovery. Check out the content here on Toss the Ring Scandal, a.k.a. KDH. Until then, guys, you already know what it is. It's OUT.